So I go to bingo last night, right? And I could feel somebody staring at me. You know when you could feel somebody staring at you? So I look up from my little board and it's Irma. So I said, Irma, what you staring at me like that for? She said, why you always gotta wear them pearls all the time? Now what you don't know, me and Irma used to be best friends in school. And I married the father of her children. So I look at Irma and I say, because your baby daddy bought me that. Oh, she got pissed off like that. She got pissed off like that. I said, first of all, you don't need to worry about what I got going on. You need to worry about going and find your other children baby daddy, okay? And leave me alone. I swear, after all these years, Irma still worried about me. Mm. So, me and Elroy was boyfriend and girlfriend in the 7th grade. We was in love, puppy love. Now, I was not supposed to have no boyfriend. I was too young for that. My parents was not playing that. But we had a school dance coming up. Now we in the 8th grade. Elroy decided he was tired hiding. He wanted to confess his love and ask my father if he could take me to the school dance. Well, why he did that. Elroy come knock to my door. My father said, if you don't get your little red tail off my porch and I never want to see you again. Ooh, that crushed my little heart. That crushed my little heart. Because I was in love with Elroy, yeah. So, Irma, my best friend now, she gonna tell Elroy, well, she can't go to the little dance, but I can go. Okay. And I mean, Elroy, since my dad said no and everything, we kind of broke off, you know. But Elroy came to me, he said, look, I really want to go to the dance. All my friends got somebody to go with and they want me to go, but I don't want to go by myself. Do you mind if I go with Irma? I know that's your best friend. It's not going to be nothing. We just going to go like that. So I said, do what you want. I already knew Irma had something else in mind, right? Because even though she was my best friend, you know when you got that best friend that don't like you, I already knew she didn't like me. You know, when you got the best friend that's jealous of you, I already knew all of that. But I said, fine, you know, that's you, do what you want to do. That night, Irma got her digs in him. You know, he a little boy, you know, hormones, whatever, they did their little thing. She got pregnant. Bam. Okay? So, Elroy was mine first. So now, it's summertime. And I heard through the grapevine that Irma was pregnant. Ooh, that broke my little heart, yeah. I said, you know what? I can't be around this girl because I'm going to go to jail. So I asked my parents if I can go stay with my grandmother so I can go to another high school the next town away. They said fine. So a few years passed. I didn't hear nothing about them. I didn't hear nothing about Irma, nothing like that. I was going on about my life. Or so I thought. But come to find out, Irma was tracking me the whole time. Now we ain't had social media or nothing like that. But it turns out that she had a cousin that went to the same high school that I went to. And the cousin was telling her all my business, who I was dating and everything. Tell me why Irma tracked my next boyfriend down and she got pregnant for him. I don't know what I did to this girl to deserve all of this. This girl was obsessed with me or something. It's like she wanted to be me or something. I don't know. Now, I could have called Elroy and tell him what I found out, but I was still mad at him. I said, that's none of my business. I'm going to go about my life, right? So I said, you know what? I don't have time for no boyfriend. I'm going to get my education and finish school. So that's what I did. I kept my head down, I kept my nose clean, and I mind my business. So I'm thinking that's gonna make Irma leave me alone. I ain't had nothing that she wanted or nothing like that. Right? So time passed on. I didn't graduate high school, and they used to have Avon, right? And instead of going to school, I decided that I wanted to be a little entrepreneur and do my own little thing. So I got in the Avon game and I was very successful in it, going about my life. You think Irma was done with me? No. Irma stole my identity. She got all kind of credit card in my name, maxed them credit card out and everything. Loans, all you name it. I get bills in the mail, long list. They had Montgomery Ward, all kind of things. Sears, baby, all kind of baby clothes and baby this, baby that. I said, man, I ain't got a baby one. I got to investigate that. Come to find out, that was Irma. I reported and everything, but the problem was her father was in law enforcement, so she got off, basically, okay? And nothing was done about it, but they did clear my little name. But I tell you, so many things this girl done did to me, and she get away with it, seemed like. But that's okay, every dog has his day. I say, you know what? This girl is not gonna leave me alone. So I need to move far away from her where she can't find me. So Auntie started traveling the world, my baby. Now I could tell you about all my little escapades another time. But let's get back years later down the line where I found out that Elroy had been trying to get in touch with me the whole time. He contacted my dad trying to get information about where I was and everything. Of course, my dad didn't give it to him. He said, you got nerve. After what you did to my daughter, and you want to come around here again? So my dad didn't tell me nothing about it, everything. So one year was the holidays, right? And I decided I was going to go back home and visit my family. And so one of my cousins called me and said, you in town, let's go do something. They got an amazing Frankie Beverly concert. You want to go? So I said, oh yeah, let's go, you know. Elroy was there. Boy, he act like he had seen a ghost. He started confessing love and I'm sorry and I just could never get you off my mind and, you know, doing his little spiel. I said, look, I'm in town for just one more day. If you want to go get coffee tonight after the concert, we can go get coffee. Now, my cousin was mad because we were supposed to go club hopping after that. But I said, you know what? Just let me hear him out. Okay, she said, fine. So we get to the coffee shop. Elroy started spilling the beans, my baby. He tell me like that how Irma had 5 children, right? So he started hearing around town that she was messing around on him. The 5th child, Elroy, mama, he said, my mama look at that child and say, not Elroy. I didn't want to say nothing about the other ones because they could kind of pass, but you know, mamas always know. She said, only that 1st child is for you, Elroy. Now, this last child, they couldn't deny that that was not for Elroy. Come to find out, the baby for his best friend. The best friend confessed to him that him and Irma had been messing around and that child might be for him. So he said, you know what? My mama said she don't think them children for me, all but one. Let me do a paternity test for all of them children. The first one was for him, but all the rest of them, no, no, no. I said, my Elroy, I could have told you that second baby wasn't for you. I said, because that baby is for my ex-boyfriend that I had in high school. He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, but that wasn't my business to tell. I said, this girl has been obsessed with me since we were young. I said, you just don't even know the half of the things that that girl been doing to me. Well, he got mad like that. He got mad like that. And I had to confess, y'all. Seeing Elroy again brought back all those little butterflies, I swear. And he said, you know, I still love you. I said, you know what, Elroy? I still love you too. So he said, you gotta go back. I said, I gotta go back, Elroy. I said, it's nothing here for me. You know, I'm enjoying traveling and stuff like that. I can't stay here and get stuck again. I can't be around this girl. He said, baby, I will follow you anywhere you go, but he said, but I got my own company over here. I'm doing really well. I can't, you know, just move like that. He said, but I want to be with you. He said, whatever I have to do. He said, if you want to travel the world, you could travel anytime. I got you. He said, but just come back to me. Ooh, ooh. Baby. That melt my little heart like that. That melt my little heart like that. Whoo. My Lord, who's that? Michelle, Auntie got a knock on the door. I might have to come back and tell y'all the rest. I don't let nobody run your blood pressure up today, okay? I love you. I'm coming.